Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Merrion Square is perhaps best known as having the address where the famous Irish author Oscar Wilde was born. This was his family home. It's now the American College in Dublin, and it sits in this grand Georgian square dating from 1752. All the 18th century houses in the square have survived, and the square also prestigiously has at one side the National Gallery, the National History Museum, and the grounds of Leinster House, the Oireachtas or Government of Ireland. Here we see the dandy himself, the infamous Oscar Wilde, immortalised in a sculpture created in 1997 by artist Danny Osborne. The sculpture was commissioned by the Guinness Ireland Group. What's amazing here is that by 1997, when this sculpture was revealed, Wilde had already been dead for 97 years. You might ask why Dublin took so long to commemorate its most famous son. The fact is that Ireland's Catholic conservatism in the 20th century would have frowned upon an earlier attempt to honour one of the most notorious gay men in Irish history, even if he happened to be one of the greatest authors and intellectuals the world has seen. Again we glimpse the beautiful Georgian buildings that surround this square through the well-kept shrubbery, until we arrive at our next commemoration, that of Bernardo O'Higgins, the Chilean independence leader who freed Chile from Spanish rule. His father, as the name might suggest, was born in Ireland, in Sligo in fact, and he became a Spanish officer and a governor of Chile. It is the next commemoration, however, that a contemporary Irish audience might appreciate more. This interesting looking chair is in remembrance of the actor, satirist and comedian Dermot Morgan, who you might know better as Father Ted from the comedy sitcom of the same name. The chair, entitled The Joker's Chair, is in fact the work of Irish sculptor Catherine Green and was funded by RTE. It's perhaps ironic that this memorial to the comedian who satirised the Catholic Church sits in a park that was purchased by the church in 1930 as a prospective site for a new Catholic cathedral. We're just taking a quick look now at the eastern side of the park, and you can appreciate here as well that the park is right in the heart of bustling South Dublin. Returning to the park and continuing our circumnavigation, we can see how empty this park is compared with its relative, St Stephen's Green, which is only a short walk away. Stephen's Green is awash with tourists at this time of day, and yet Merrion Square seems to offer genuine respite from hectic urban Dublin. Both W.B. Yeats and the Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell both also lived in Merrion Square. And a property just a little further back in this row of Georgian houses used to house the British Embassy in Ireland. However, after the Bloody Sunday killings by British soldiers in Northern Ireland in 1972, a crowd of over 20,000 people converged here and the building was burnt down. This square is also a more open space, free of the pawns and follies that we associate with St Stephen's Green. Maybe check out our St Stephen's Green video to make a proper comparison. We're now approaching our next commemoration, that of the Irish-American sculptor Andrew O'Connor, The Victims. The sculptor in fact lived for the last 7 months of his life in Merrion Square, and so it's fitting that this war monument is installed here in the park. It shows 3 figures, a dead soldier, a wife and a mother, with the inscription, "Naked you came into the world." Further along we have another war memorial, this time in the form of a pyramid and dedicated to the defence forces who died serving the state. It was designed by the artist Brian King and depicts members of the Army, Navy, Air Corps and Reserves, standing over an eternal flame. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please give it a like. Also, please remember to subscribe, that's very important. And if you want to share this video with people who you think might be interested, please feel free to do so.